Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay, yo, we live, y'all. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. All right, let's watch this video. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but I am gonna just skim around it a little bit. The Tuah girl is back. I do not know what this means. Let's see what this is getting into.
Back with a released podcast that was immediately disavowed by nearly everyone in it, who said, oh, we think there might have been insider trading involved.
The podcast was not supposed to go live. They f***ed it up every step of the way.
Whoa.
They leaked the podcast, and then they f***ing posted
Oh, this is getting interesting. This is getting interesting.
it when it was supposed to be canceled. They f***ed it up twice, and the third was the launch itself.
Accusations flying. The episode got deleted, but it's still out there in the ether now with everyone nitpicking it apart.
Oh, shit.
It's kind of a complete disaster for the Tuah team. And I found even more kind of wrong with it. I want to go through it because, yes, we do get mentioned in it. Sort of.
Okay.
Does not know me. She really likes you. Wow. I thought she didn't want to have a conversation with me. What gives? What
Okay, the whole
happened
crypto
in a
thing.
few weeks,
I'll be honest, I still don't know a lot about
tur-
crypto. I feel like crypto investing, all that shit, I have no idea. I know what investing is, but the whole crypto stuff, the whole coins and stuff.
Turned into, the most scary man in the world. Now, I denied it. I said, look, I'm not a fan of what she did with Hawk. I have so many questions. I need details. And then,
But apparently a lot of people got scammed off of it, which is insane. Why would you even put your money on it? But the internet is gonna be what the internet is, and you putting your money into something that, first of all, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I get it, she's popular and all, but like, are we really gonna let that influence our decisions and cause her to control our monetary value within this ecosystem of economics?
I understand your position. I think the more details come to light, you'll understand she was a victim in this. She does care about her fans and others that have lost money tremendously and is cooperating with all authorities, as well as Berwick Law Group. This has all been very traumatic for her. And basically, come on the show, please. You are the podcast's top priority for the first episode in 2025, guys.
To be free and flexible and creative was really essential to what I wanted to make, and I didn't find a platform that did that other than
Skip this.
Me, the boogeyman. I was honored, to be honest. I was like, wow, I could be on the Tuah show. But, of course, I don't want to rehab someone's image who scammed people. And I really felt that questions had not been answered that should have been answered, such as, what was the agreement with Haley Welch and with Doc Hollywood? Very simple question, right? Basically, Haley Welch's position is, oh, I was a victim. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how much. I was barely going to make money. $125K plus half of 10% of the tokens locked for a year. Like this terrible deal. I got taken advantage of by these monsters. Like that was kind of their position. And all I wanted to know was, give me the contract. Show me that is true. And unfortunately, they were not able to give it. He's not in a position to share it, he says. I'm sorry. I said, can't verify anything you say then. Even what you told me about the 50% split, which I had heard Tuah girl was going to make 50% of all the profits. And he kind of told me, no, that just applies to the token.
Okay, let's get to the point. Okay, I want to hear from the podcast.
But I did as well on the live stream. He also confronted Doc Hollywood, and so he was sort of one of the people that broke the news.
Then who else got
I thought, okay,
introduced?
that's a pretty natural
Banks.
guy to bring on your podcast. Now, FaZe Banks reached out to me and said, hey, I'm probably going to do this podcast. Do you have any questions that you'd like to get answers to? I said, yes, I do. I'd really like to see that contract. Now, spoiler alert, FaZe Banks didn't get to see it either. They didn't get to show it. But he also told me, look, we're going to tell everyone, do not talk about this show. It doesn't work if you talk about it because people are going to front run the coin. That's sort of how you guys got into this mess. This would be a disaster
Coin?
if you do that. So,
The coin.
our only stipulation, these
We're
guys
selling
are
the coin,
very
by the way.
positive about crypto, much more like,
I think people will be over
like,
it.
rehab her image, basically, in the crypto space. So it's like a dream get for Haley Welch. Like, this is amazing for her. And because FaZe Banks is basically going to, like, make it be like, oh, well, you didn't really mean to do that, right? But, you know, he's going to ask some questions, whatever. Well, turns out that didn't go so well. Because when this podcast went live,
I'm locked in.
went well. Turns out it didn't, because Banks released this. He said, I agreed to do her first podcast back.
So in an attempt to Haley Welch's side of the crypto scam story, I agreed to do her first podcast back. I had heavy stipulations, including not allowing markets to manipulate it by leaking this episode's existence before a resolution was found, her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made, where that should go, and what to do with the S-Hawk project moving forward. These are non-starters, and we were told this episode would only ever see the light of day if we explicitly greenlit it. These incompetent blanks leaked and on-site traded the token.
Heavy stipulations of not letting the market get manipulated.
This is
I think
so
that's basic.
wild.
Her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made. Those were non-starters. These people leaked or insider traded the token. We noticed a random spike in volume on the coin the day we did the podcast, along with random messages asking if we did the podcast. So are you guys getting this? Somebody front ran the podcast to buy up all the coins because they knew, ooh, everyone's going to like it when they release this podcast. Let's front run the coin, which is just horrible. It's like, what, do you want to re-victimize people? So they call off the pod. They're like, look, even the people most charitable towards Hawk Tuah say, we're out. We're done. But today, the episode got leaked. Apparently, there was an agreement. The podcast is never going out, but today it got leaked. I say that because some of the accompanying clips that got clipped seem to be good for Haley Welch. Like where she cries, you know, about the rug pull. And people were saying maybe they kind of felt bad for her, right? From this leaked show. Here's Dexerto saying Haley Welch broke down in tears while talking about the alleged rug pull of her.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right.
It's tough out here.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's going to be good. We're going to be good.
No, you're not. FaZe Banks. FaZe Banks canceled the episode.
No.
Are you guys getting that? He was like, I can't be a part of this. And they posted the clip. I can't believe it. That's unbelievable. Do y'all understand how insane that is?
How this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, oh, we're going to change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's going to be a good place. And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it. And it just didn't go the way I planned.
That's right, guys. Haley Welch is very sorry. She wants you to know she did not intend it to go that way. And that podcast clip, yes, it wasn't supposed to go out, but it just leaked. We don't know how. I approached, of course, the guys behind it, and they said it was an editor mistake. Oh, oops. Yes, the guys who interviewed us thought we may have.
Okay, this is what I'm saying when it comes to leaks and stuff. I feel like I have this theory when it comes to the internet. I feel like people are generally smart enough to. I feel like as like the entertainment industry and like Twitter and everything, I feel like people are smart enough to avoid things getting leaked. Yes, I get it. There's hackers out there that just hack to hack, and I understand that. But part of me feels like it's one of those things where people just do it on purpose. I feel like leaks are like on purpose. They're on purpose. They're made to be on purpose. They suck because they spoil a lot. When it, like different types of leaks, like movie leaks, show leaks, this and third. I've noticed that every time stuff leak, the popularity and the greatness of the show rises. When Don Da Don leaked, it was actually really good. When Arcane leaked, it was actually really good. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, like, they know it's good and they know it's going to be really good, so they leak it to just push it further, and they're like, oh, my, we have the final product. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where, like, okay, if it's leaked, then it's, like, meant to be shown, you know? As, like, in a sense. Like, if this were made, like, out there, like, yeah, it would be presented in a way where, yeah, Hawk Tuah is getting all types of traction, all that, since it's leaked. But maybe if it was promoted normally, it wouldn't be as popular as it was now. But that's a little theory. That's a little theory I have on the whole
this
matter.
guy says he vouches for the internal team, saying it was none of them. And Better, which is Jake Paul's team, I guess, no way they would ever do something like that, guys. Believe us, we will likely never know the info leak. The clip posting leak today was an accidental by Better's editor who had the episode in the YouTube queue waiting on approvals to release. Now, I don't know if this is true or false. I thought the weird thing about this video is that, like, everyone has had, anyone in media who's, like, had a sensitive episode recorded, you don't, like, do all the work if you think it might get canned. Like, obviously, right? These people not only edited the show, they put an ad in the leaked version of the episode, okay? So I'm not saying it didn't leak. I'm saying it's highly convenient.
This started. Game Time believes in me, y'all, and I believe in them.
Game Time's more loyal than most of y'all's mans out here.
Yeah, some of those guys just leave it the first opportunity they get. Not Game Time.
Not Game Time, guys. Game Time wouldn't leak an episode on you. So that's just the start of this atrocious episode. But now that it's out, I did take a look at it, and it made me think twice about something that I've been trying to get to the bottom of for a while, which is that contract. The contract I keep asking about. Who was supposed to make the money, right? That's always the question in a case like this. That's what the boogeyman wants to know. I got to know who to scare. I got to go know whose bed to get under to scare them at night. And I've been repeatedly asking this, and as I've said, basically their position is that she was just the small fry. She was the dupe. She was the person who got tricked into promoting this thing, right? This scam. But there was a certain thing she said that confused me, because I've heard two things. I've heard Haley Welch is getting half of everything, which is she's not the mark. She's like one of the main players. Or two, she's basically getting $125K and nothing else. Well, I heard this during the show, and it made me think, interesting.
Like half the money, it was supposed to go like into my charity. That's really why I agreed to do it.
Did you hear that?
Like half the money.
Half the money. Now, that's very interesting. That's very different from what we've been told, which is like, oh, it's just $125K. I don't know if the part about the charity is true, that it was all supposed to go to charity. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Again, that's why I keep asking about the contract. Now, I went to their lawyer, and I was like, look, I don't understand the secrecy with the contract. You could settle this so easily. This guy says, I'm on a phone call. Then he says something he's been saying the whole time. As I've said, the 50% of net proceeds, that's apparently what she's talking about, half the money, was from the mutually agreed upon allocation of tokens. 10% locked for 1 year with a 3-year vest thereafter. Memetic, which is Doc Hollywood, was to get the other 50% of the 10%. So not 50%, only like 5%, 1 year locked up. That's a terrible deal if you guys don't know that. Well, don't know about. This is from Doc Hollywood himself, which, if you remember, is like the key guy. Here he is saying, we'll do best to make it as simple as possible. The pre-sale raise is 50-50 Project Haley. Fees for market making and LP is split between us and Haley 50-50. Now, that's a very, very different story than I've been told up until this point. It wasn't 50-50 pre-sale. Like, that's millions of dollars pre-sale.
Whoa.
The fees were millions of dollars, okay? Or like $1 million. And that's what I say. Story's very different. This guy, like, this isn't him saying. Then he says this. The contract says she was paid $125K on signing, $200K.
200K within 30 days of launch, 50% of the net proceeds mutually agreed upon tokenomics. The tokenomics were agreed to were for 1/2 of the 10% of the tokens.
Within 30 days of launch, interest. Now, I want you guys to realize that what he just said is backtracking on what he's been saying the entire time. which he's been saying the entire time, oh, it's just 50% of the 10%. 50% of the tiny amount of tokenomics we're going to eat. No. What he's saying here, finally, he's giving us the real story. It's 50% of the net proceeds of the project, period. That is completely different from what they've told me. And so I say 50% of the net proceeds does not mean half of 10%. It means 50% of net proceeds, which is market making, pre-sale.
Clocked them.
This is
he
like
clocked them. He clocked them.
Right? And so then they just kind of start doing this
He clocked them.
weird dance. 1 year vest. That's
okay. So basically, to sum this up,
that was a huge.
After that, of that 10%, half of that was supposed to go to the company that created the project, and half was to go to her. So out of 100% of the tokens, she would have had 5% at the end. Obviously, she has lawyer, manager, business manager, so even that 5% would have been cut down by over a quarter.
I just found this unbelievable. They're playing the victim. And that's kind of my problem with this whole thing. Hey, it was a 1 month lockup.
community fraud, fun or community fun.
Okay? And then, like, so unbelievably.
Coffee, I think coffee kind of has a little bit of disdain for crypto in general. Us, on the other hand, we live and breathe it every day. We want to see crypto succeed.
Okay.
Even those guys who admit that they have like a bias towards being charitable, right? Maybe I have a bias.
Yo, what's good,
for
Akko?
being scary.
I'm about to make popcorn after
But,
this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Even
about to get ready for
they
the Super Bowl.
Don't want anything to do with her team.
There's like no other news. There's like
because-
no other news besides the Super Bowl, and this Hawk 2 situation. So basically, what I've gathered from this is I'm gonna summarize it. Basically, they're trying to make the Haley Welch as the victim, right? But the whole contract scenario and the whole 10%, 50% is like it's been misinformed, and it makes her seem really, really bad because the 50% is pretty much there. It's like it's out there, so it's like it's more than just like her saying sorry about it. And like it gets worse because like it's not only that, but they're taking down. I don't know why the chat doesn't appear in the thing. Oh, it does appear. It's down here. It's down here, right here. Lord, I'll see you guys. So it's gone down to this thing where they leak the podcast, but I like earlier in the video I like was talking about. I was like, wait a minute, did they leak the podcast, or is this a thing where like they're trying to make her seem like the good guy, or purposely making her seem like the bad guy, leaking the podcast that hasn't been dropped yet? They decided to scrap the podcast entirely. So the whole situation about the podcast isn't making her go out as well. Yeah, I got you. Coffee has a disdain towards crypto. No, he had a disdain towards fucking scam. I agree. I think it's just like it's not like favorable towards anybody. And like I'll be honest, I don't understand crypto or none of that stuff, but what I do understand is them even having to take down the podcast is really, really bad. They're trying to clean her image up for sure by shifting the blame towards the guy who leaked it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's such an unfortunate scenario for her. But at the same time, I feel like stuff should have been fact checked a lot quicker. Like, let's say if she didn't do that, you know what I mean? Like because she could have just done all this on purpose. She could have been known it was for the 50% shit and everything. You know what I mean? Let's not sit here and act like we know everything. It could have been one way, or it could have been another, right? But let's say she's innocent, right? We have to go and take to the effect that this podcast just made her look worse, and we have FaZe Banks that got involved, who's a crypto monster. You know, like next thing you know, like I feel like crypto is just like connecting all the dots. Like even Kanye is connected to the crypto. Aiden and Banks are planning on dropping a GTA 6 server that has to do with crypto, even though I heard that's not possible, but they're planning on doing it. Everything leads to crypto, and I'll be honest, I'm never gonna figure crypto out. And I mean, in a way, crypto can be seen as gambling in a way. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna end the recording here. Make sure I like and subscribe. End the recording. All right, boom. I just ended the recording. I think I'm gonna change up my thumbnails. I'm gonna make them a little bit more better. She was gone for over a month, so it's not like they didn't have time to prepare for this response element. Though they just know they scanned it. They're trying to deflect. Also, Banks just there to hit. No, for real. No, I gotta laugh for real. I'm gonna try to stream every day at 7 o'clock. I'm just streaming earlier because I'm gonna make popcorn and see the Super Bowl and watch the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything, but if I cover something, I'm gonna cover it tomorrow night. Like if something happens over the Super Bowl, I'm gonna cover it tomorrow night. I know it. Oh wait, hold up. What is Lacey doing, bro? Why is he tweeting like Kanye, bro? Lacey's out here tweeting like Kanye. I've been saying the main downfall of the world is we know it's gonna be pollution. Fuck the polluters, bro. Why, bro? This guy is such a troll, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my god, Kendrick is trending. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna upload this video that I recorded. So yeah, W stream's ending. I'm gonna upload this video I recorded. I think I'm gonna change some of my thumbnails too. Good idea, honestly. I'm gonna cover something about it tomorrow probably. Yeah, I feel like something's gonna happen during the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna cover it tomorrow. I think I'm just do it nighttime where but this Haley Welch thing I'm gonna upload right now. So W short stream. I think